Hello everyone, I welcome you back to the Places in News series wherein we are going to look at the places that have been in news the whole week. So, the places we have to discuss about today is Nagorno Karabakh region and new Ramsar sites that have been added in India, followed by the prelims and mains based practice questions for you all. Before I begin with my discussion, I want you all to be informed about the Polity Ethics Foundation course 2023, which is going to be taken by Nitin Shivhari sir, the founder and director of Analyst IAS. The batches are going to be online as well as offline and are going to begin from 25th of August. I want you all reach out to us on the given numbers to inquire further about the details of the courses and the admissions. You can also visit our office at the Old Rajendra Nagar Market, New Delhi. Now, as I begin with this session, I want you all to look at this map, and this is the region of Nagorno Karabakh, which geographically lies within Azerbaijan, but the population is of Armenian ethnicity. Now, here's where all the dispute or the root cause of all the dispute lies. So it is in news because there have been going on protests against possible concessions by Armenia over Nagorno Karabakh, which is disputed with the neighboring Azerbaijan. So Nagorno Karabakh is a mountainous and heavily forested region that under international law is recognized as part of Azerbaijan. However, ethnic Armenians, who constitute the vast majority of the population there, reject the Azeri rule. Now, Azeri is the name given to the legal system of Azerbaijan. So, after Azerbaijan's troops were pushed out of region following a war in 1990s, these ethnic Armenians have been in administrative control of Nagorno Karabakh with support from Armenia itself. Now, the strategic significance is such that the energy-rich Azerbaijan has built several gas and oil pipelines across the Caucasus, the region between Black Sea and Caspian Sea, to Turkey and Europe. Some of these pipelines pass close to the conflict zone within 16 kilometers of the border. In an open war between the two countries, the pipelines could be targeted, which would impact energy supplies and may even lead to higher oil prices globally. So this is the whole significance and concerns with regards to this particular disputed area between Azerbaijan and Armenia. Now let's talk about the new Ramsar sites for India. First one in the sequence is Tampara Lake. The Tampara Lake is among the most prominent freshwater lakes in the state of Odisha, situated in Ganjam district. The depression on the ground gradually filled with rainwater from catchment flow has been called as Tamp by the British, and subsequently local communities started calling it Tampara. The wetland supports at least 60 species of birds, 46 species of fishes, and at least 48 species of phytoplanktons and more than 7 species of terrestrial plants and macrophytes. The wetland is an important habitat for vulnerable species such as Cyprinus, Carpio, common pochard, and river tern. Thereafter, another one is Hirakud Reservoir. Hirakud Reservoir, the largest earthen dam in Odisha, started operating in 1957. The reservoir to support a range of floral and faunal species, including several of high conservation significance. Out of known 54 species of fish from the reservoir, one has been classed as being endangered, 6 near threatened, and 21 fish species are of economic importance. Another wetland that has been added is Ansupa Lake. Ansupa is the largest freshwater lake in Odisha, situated in Banki subdivision of Cuttack district. The wetland is an oxbow lake formed by river Mahanadi and is spread over an area of 231 hectares. The wetland provides a safe habitat to at least 3 threatened bird species. The names for the same are given over here, and 3 threatened fish species as well. Again, the names and the details are shared with you in the slide itself. After that, there is Yeshwanth Sagar. Yeshwanth Sagar is one of the 2 important bird areas in the Indore region as well as one of the most important birding sites in Malwa region of Madhya Pradesh. Yeshwanth Sagar is considered to be a stronghold of the vulnerable Saras crane in the central India. Due to its vast shallow reed beds, the wetland is considered haven to a large number of winter migratory birds. Now, Chitrangudi Bird Sanctuary. So, Chitrangudi Bird Sanctuary, locally known as Chitrangudi Kanmoli, is located in Ramanathapuram district in Tamil Nadu. The wetland is protected area since 1989 and declared as Bird Sanctuary, coming under the jurisdiction of Tamil Nadu Forest Department, Ramanathapuram Division. Chitrangudi Bird Sanctuary is an ideal habitat for winter migratory birds. Notable water birds spotted from the site area: spot-billed pelican, little egret, grey heron, large egret, open-billed stork, purple and pond herons are grown throughout the year. Thereafter, we have Suchindram Theroor Wetland Complex. Suchindram Theroor Wetland Complex is part of Suchindram Theroor Manakudi Conservation Reserve. It is declared an important bird area and lies at the southern tip of the Central Asian flyway of migratory birds. Next in the sequence is Vaduvur Bird Sanctuary. Vaduvur Bird Sanctuary spreads over an area of 112.638 hectares. It is a large human-made irrigation tank and shelter for migratory birds, as it provides a suitable environment for food, shelter and breeding ground. Indian pond heron occurred in most of the surveyed tanks. Large concentrations of wintering waterfowl such as Eurasian Vegan Anas panelope, Northern Pintail Anas acuta, Gargani Anas quirquedula were recorded in the tanks. Thereafter, we have Kanjirankulam Bird Sanctuary. Kanjirankulam Bird Sanctuary is protected area near Mudukulathur, Ramanathapuram district in Tamil Nadu, India, declared in 1989. It is notable as a nesting site for several migratory heron species that roost in the prominent growth of babul trees here. The breeding population of migratory water birds arrive here between October and February and include painted stork, white ibis, black ibis, little egret, great egret. The site qualifies as an important bird area as the threatened spot-billed pelican breeds here. The wetland exhibits rich biodiversity, including many globally threatened species like spot-billed pelican, oriental darter, oriental white ibis and painted stork, and also commonly occurring shore and water birds like greenshank, plovers, stilts, and forest birds like bee-eaters, bulbuls, cuckoos, starlings, barbets, etc. They act as breeding, nesting, roosting, foraging, and stopover sites for the birds. The wetland supports IUCN Red List vulnerable avian species like Stena, that is river tern. There is Thani Creek also in the list. Thani Creek is located in Maharashtra, India. There are several sources of fresh water to the creek, of which Ulhas River is the largest, followed by many drainage channels. Thereafter, Hygam Wetland Conservation Reserve. Hygam Wetland falls within the river Jhelum Basin and plays a significant role as a flood absorption basin, biodiversity conservation site, ecotourism site and livelihood security for local communities. The wetland is located in Baramulla district. It serves as an adobe to many resident and migratory bird species. It is also recognized as an important bird area. Last but not the least, we have Shallbugh Wetland Conservation Reserve that has also been added to the list. So Shallbugh Wetland Conservation Reserve is located in district of Srinagar in Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Large areas of wetland dry up between September and March. The area has extensive reed beds of phragmites and Typha angustata and rich growth of Nymphia candida and N. stellata on open waters. Now, let's look at the prelim space practice question. Consider the following statements. Under Ramsar Convention, it is mandatory on the part of Government of India to protect and conserve all the wetlands in the territory of India. Number 2. The Wetlands Conservation Management Rules 2010 were framed by the Government of India based on the recommendations of Ramsar Convention. And number 3. The Wetlands Conservation and Management Rules 2010 also encompass the drainage area or catchment regions of the wetlands as determined by the authority. You have to pick the correct statements from the given combination. So your answer here is C, that is 3 only. Only the third statement here given here is correct one. Rest of them are wrong. Now it's time for means practice question. Discuss the impact of Armenia-Azerbaijan conflict on India Connect Central Asia policy. You will be answering this particular question in 150 words and send in your answers to us on WhatsApp to get them reviewed. This is it for today. I shall see you again tomorrow. Till then, take care, stay tuned. Thank you so much for joining in.